but Min favourite. Surprised?
Yeah, surprised it'd have to be. But it's a very, very strong move. But we've talked enough about this race now, Gary. I'm just ready to see it.
Yeah. The talking stops now.
They're off. On the run to the first fence in the Coral Dublin steeplechase, and over on the far side, Alicia de Land is the leader, followed by Special Tiara towards the near side. A break of a few lengths to both York Hill in company with Min as they race away from the first and make their way on up now to pass in front of the stands. And coming through on the near side now, Special Tiara and Robbie Power pick it up from Alicia de Land and in Andrew Lynch in second, and then there's a break of about 7 lengths or so to Min and David Mullins, with York Hill, Paul Townend in fourth. These are being followed by Ordinary World, and then on the inside of Ordinary World is Simply Ned with Ballycasey, the back marker. So they race on now to begin the run to take them away from the stands and head now towards the next fence, and in the lead is Special Tiara, who's out in front, being followed in second place Alicia de Land. Then comes Min and York Hill as they continue on their way to race now towards the next fence, and Special Tiara is over in the lead, followed in second place by Alicia de Land, and then just in behind them comes Min. York Hill is next, being followed by Ordinary World. Tracking them is Simply Ned and Ballycasey. So swinging now into the back straight and beginning the run to the first of the fences down the back straight, and Special Tiara stretching clear by a good 12 lengths now to Alicia de Land. Couple of lengths to Min in third, a further break of 7 to 8 to York Hill, and after York Hill, Ordinary World being followed by Simply Ned and Ballycasey. But Special Tiara has this field well strung out as they go now to the next fence at the halfway point, and out clear Special Tiara from Alicia de Land is almost joined by Min as they jump this one. A big jump by the leader Special Tiara, followed by Alicia de Land and Min. A slight mistake by York Hill, Simply Ned, and on the outside Ordinary World as they continue on now to take them down the far side. And over that regulation now, Special Tiara still out in front, Alicia de Land and Min, and then a break to Simply Ned as they go to the next fence on the far side with 5 left to jump, and Special Tiara is over and cleared of Min, Alicia de Land. Simply Ned moves into fourth, being followed on the outside by Ordinary World, and then comes York Hill cleared of Ballycasey. Now they go to the fourth from the finish, and still Special Tiara and Robbie Power out clear, safely over. Min moves second, Alicia de Land, Simply Ned, Ordinary World, and then comes York Hill cleared of Ballycasey, going to the final ditch now in the Coral Dublin steeplechase, and Special Tiara out in front of Min, who's picking up the chase now as they clear the last ditch. Special Tiara, Min is closing in second. They're clear of Simply Ned, Ordinary World, Alicia de Land, and then York Hill racing across now with 2 to jump. Special Tiara now with Min closing all the while, clear of Simply Ned and Ordinary World, on the run for the home turn, and Special Tiara now just a couple of lengths in front of a closing Min. Simply Ned and Ordinary World are trying to reel in the first 2, and they're a long way in front of York Hill. Into the straight now and beginning the run for the final fence. The front running Special Tiara, closing Min, Ordinary World and Simply Ned. The pair are coming down to the final fence now. Min coming there in the centre. On the outside is Ordinary World. At the final fence now, Min is over. Ordinary World made a terrible mistake. Marvellous recovery by Davy Russell, but he's now out of contention, and Min is going to exact retribution on Simply Ned for the last meeting here, and up towards the finish it's Min and David Mullins in the colours of Susanna Ritchie will win the Coral Dublin chase in good style. Simply Ned will win the battle for second with Special Tiara, and Ordinary World is fourth after that final fence. Very bad mistake, Ballycasey. A long break then to York Hill and Alicia de Land.
Well, the market for the opening race here put us on totally the wrong track. This time around, though, it was a cracking guide. And Min, the 11 to 8 favourite, you can see what a thrill that was for David Mullins, has won for Rich Ritchie. Just been congratulated there by Graham Wiley. sad watch for Graham, Kevin. York Hill has run really poorly there, but Min travelled away really well behind the trailblazing Special Tiara, and fair enough, we still had a race on coming to the last. Ordinary World wasn't far off him, but you'd have to be really impressed by Min today, wouldn't you?
This was a proper 2-mile chase, wasn't it? They went an unmerciful gallop. Special Tiara, what a race he's run. He's just got pipped for second in the end, but they went the champion chase gallop here. And Min was settled back. He jumped off in fourth, and that's what he wants. You know, last time he just got fired up early on, making the pace. He was too free, but with such pace in front of him today, he was able to relax into his rhythm, and he jumped his way into the race and gradually made his way into it. And that's the real Min today. He really struggled with Simply Ned last time after wasting too much energy early on in his last run, but it was much more efficient distribution of energy for him today, and he's the champion chase horse now. Look, Dovan will have to prove himself to get him back there, but Rich Ritchie has a champion chase horse here. You know, that's the type of, the way this race panned out is the way the champion chase is likely to go. An unmerciful gallop, and you need a horse that will travel and jump, and that's what he done today. Simply Ned, what a wonderful horse. Gets up for second, only just, but Special Tiara, you feel sorry for him. He deserves second after the race he ran in front. Ordinary World, good to see him survive that horrendous mistake at the last. I'm sure, what can you say about York Hill? His jumping was grand, bar one, the first one down the back, but he just never really went a yard, did he? You know, we're usually accustomed to him racing too freely and over racing and jumping his way into races, but he could never go to gallop here at all. And that's 2 runs in succession that he's looked a shadow of the horse that he was last season. And we put it down to the trip first time out. Maybe it was the trip in the other direction this time. I don't think so. It was just this one coming out of the back where he hit it. But he jumped straight today, but he just didn't raise a gallop. He didn't raise a gallop. Really disappointing. We'll see if anything comes out in the aftermath of the race. But you can only be really disappointed. But take absolutely nothing away from Min. He's gone and smashed Simply Ned there, which, and no disrespect to Simply Ned at all, but you need to be giving Simply Ned a good beating to be in with a shot at winning a champion chase, I think, and he's gone and done that. And, you know, the champion chase with Dovan and Altior, we don't really know where we stand, but we've got a big contender here in Min for sure.
That was the mistake from York Hill there. He just ran right into that one and breasted it. And when he was passed by Ordinary World and Simply Ned, I think you would have known at that stage he was in big trouble. He did rally a bit under pressure before dropping away again.
To be honest, very early on with York Hill, it might have even been after the first. You know, Paul Townley just had to give him a giddy up to get him into the bridle, and that is not him. You know, I know they went he would have been going, the gallop they went here would have been faster he's ever encountered in a race before, but that's not him, and I just suspect that he wasn't himself for some reason today.
Big moment here for Rich Ritchie and Willie Mullins. Rich Ritchie obviously had a miserable time in the main here at Christmas, Kevin, apart from Let's Dance's win. This fella's defeat contributed to that, but it's a major boost for him, isn't it, so early in this big weekend with Faheen, for example, to come later on.
It is, absolutely. Look, you have to call it like it is. You know, Rich Ritchie had a horrendous 2017. He had 2 Grade 1 winners, you know, having had 14 the year before. It was a year where just everything went wrong. And hopefully this fellow, it'll be the start of a rejuvenation for Rich here, because he is a big supporter of Irish racing, has been for many years. And this is a proper horse. He's looked a very good horse for a long time. Doubts were raised last time, but I think this has shown categorically that last time wasn't the real Min, and with a real fast gallop in front of him, that really showed him the best effect, and this is a proper performance.
Ordinary World really was running a blinder, wasn't he? He was just having to be cajoled along to chase Min there going to the last, but certainly at the very least he mightn't have beaten the winner. You would have think he would have been a good second, wouldn't you?
That's it, and I suppose the thing is he was ridden, I'd have to watch it again, but I think off the top of my head he was dropped in off the pace, and they just went so quick. And there was maybe an element of him picking up the pieces a little bit late on, but take nothing away from him now. He's a very consistent horse, Ordinary World, and a pleasure for his connections, if not quite tip-top class at over 2 miles. He's a very good horse.
But Min it was. He was the brilliant winner of the Coral Dublin Chase under David Mullins, and he enjoyed that moment to the full, as you would expect.